Hi to everyone, this is Mr. M. Sundaran, Assistant Professor, Department of Agricultural Engineering, working in Tamil Nadu College of Engineering Technology. In the course of Groundwater Well Engineering, we see about the topic today well. What are the main elements of the water well? Water well consists of riser pipe. It helps to give the water from down to the up surface of the water. Next one, grounding cement to prevent the collapsing of the well. Next one, purpose filter where the water flow can be through the aquifer. Next, gravel pack to avoid the impurities enters into the pump water. Next one, pump basically typically submersible pump can be used in the type of wells. Next one, level of monitoring level recorder to point on the maintaining the monitoring the line. So the main elements used in the elements in the water well. For the depth and type of groundwater well you need depend on the factors. What we use to use type of the well we need. First we know about the water table in the area. If the distance between the ground surface to the top of the saturated zone where the groundwater is found, it is usually can be get information from local driller or hydrologist. Next, the amount of water you need. If only needed for the amount of water for domestic use, you can use a shallow well. Or you need use efficient. Well, if you need for the irrigation or industrial purpose, we can use it as a deeper well. Next, type of soil and rock in your area. Different types of soil and the rocks will affect how easily water can flow through them, how deep you will need to drill to reach the water table. Next, important one is your budget. Drilling a well can be expensive one, so you need to factor the cost of drilling and materials and installation when making your decision. Here the most common types of wells used in groundwater wells. First is duck well. It is the simplest and oldest method of type of well. Typically dug by hand or with a machine, can take up to 30 feet. Duck wells are not a good choice in areas with contaminated or soil or rock, as they are susceptible to surface water infiltration. This is an example for the duck well. Next one, driven wells. Driven wells means the wells are created by drilling and driving a small diameter pipe into the ground until it reaches the water table. Driven wells typically 20 feet to 50 feet deep or good areas with limited space. This is in cities we can use it as a driven wells. It is a driven wells, as you can see that it's just a pipe with a driven bit. Next one is a drilled well. Drilled wells means the wells are created by drilling a hole into the ground with a drilling rig. Drills wells can be hundreds of feet of deep, or the most common type of is a large water supplies. Next one, designs of well screen. Design of well screen, known as a strainer, involves in the determination of screen length, location of the screen, percentage of open area, size and shape of the opening slots, and screen diameter, selection of the screening material. Next one, important by determining the well screen, location length of the screen, size and shape of the slot, screen diameter, and screen materials. There are four types of screens available. First one is a V-shaped continuous slot screen. Next B1 is a lower type screen. C is a rectangular slot screen. Fourth is a pipe-based well screen or metallic filter point. There are four types of well screens available. Next one, well casing. Well casing means is a pipe inserted into the well bore to prevent the site from collapsing and to isolate the well from surrounding formations. Typically is made of steel, plastic or fiberglass installed in sections. Each section is welded or screwed together to avoid contamination. The space between the casing and the wellbore is then filled with cement to create the steel. Next one, to prevent the wellbore from collapsing. Wellbore is often drilled through unstable formation that could collapse easily without support. So the casing provides the necessary structural support to keep the wellbore open. Isolate the well from surrounding formations. It is important to prevent the contamination of the well, water by fluid, other formations. The casing also helps to prevent water from affecting the surrounding formations. Providing for contact of fluids. Once the casing allows the fluids such as water, oil, glass flow from wellbore to surface. Protect of well from corrosion. The casing can be coated with corrosive resistant material to protect it from the corrosive in the well fluids. This is the most common type of wells casing. First one, steel casing. Steel casing, most common type of casing used in oil and gas wells. It is strong and durable but is expensive, susceptible to corrosion. Plastic casing. Plastic casing is less expensive than steel casing. It is more resistant to corrosion. However, it is not strong as a steel casing. May not suitable for some applications. But we can use for groundwater. We can use for water well. We can use a plastic casing. Fiberglass casing is a good option of our wells drilled through corrosive formation. It is strong and lighter weight, but it can be more expensive other than casing or type of casing. Thank you.